All right, that takes us to best winter signing.
Does
There
it?
may be overlap here with
Does it?
newcomer. Huh?
Are you
No,
sure?
you're right. You're right.
Are you
It does
are
not.
you sure? He can't
I'm
even read his own script. He
surprised
picks
that
he
I
picks
forgot that
one
one.
episode a year to
You're
run, and he
interrupting my
can't even read
transition.
his own.
You're interrupting my transition. I'm in charge here. It's a surprise that I forgot about that one.
Oh,
But
terrible!
let's talk about our biggest surprise from this half of the season. You went first last time. I'll start on this one.
You just finished speaking though.
Fine. You
There
could
you
start.
go. Because I need to get this in because I think we might share this.
I don't think so.
My biggest surprise is the fact that Luchi Gonzalez is not one of the coaches who's looking for a job right now. He barely snuck into the play-in game last year. He is dead last in 2024. And the team was dead last before he took over, too. Like, so he hasn't made them better. And they're just and it's not without help from the front office either, by the way. Now I understand injuries have hurt them, right? Anybody relying on William Yarborough in the year of our Lord 2024 is in for a bad year. Like I get it. But the group also made solid additions to the back line. They've added one of the most creative tens in the league. They added a winger who scored like a million goals in 6 games in whatever Norwegian league he scored it. And they've got 3 wins. And it's not like they didn't have players like Christian Espinoza already or Jeremy Bobasi already. Like they had a group that could do it. And they're clear in a way the leaders in the wooden spoon race at the halfway point. I am shocked that he's still here, and I would be shocked if he bows out of the Leagues Cup and is very very unimpressive. I wouldn't be shocked if they're looking for a new coach before the start of the second half of the year.
I'm surprised that you're surprised about this. Do we not remember the the reign before Luchi Gonzalez took over? How long Matias Almeida was in charge of that god awful San Jose team for a number of years, and they
Yeah, but
never
he had
moved
he had a
on from him.
fun man marking play style. He made it cool. He played Jackson Yule at center back. Like at least he brought entertainment value. This is just boring.
San Jose is so reluctant to fire managers that Almeida had to play Jackson Yule at center back just to try to get fired. That's why I would not be surprised about Lucci staying in charge for a number of
Amazing.
years. All right. Well, we did not have the same biggest surprise. My biggest surprise was the sale of Georgios Giacomakis. I did not see
Bummer.
that coming, honestly. I figured he was going to be here through the Almada sale. I figured Almada was certainly on his way out in the summer. I figured Giacomakis was going to be here. I figured the team was going to reinvest in another designated player. That may have all been on the assumption that the team was going to perform much better than they have this season. I don't blame the team for making the decision, by the way. 10 million was an amazing price for a guy who could not stay healthy. As great as he was when he was healthy, he just could not stay on the field. And I think in the modern day MLS style of play, like you just can't get away with not having your designated players out there as good as they are. They have to be healthy. We saw it with SKC. They had a number of designated players. They couldn't stay healthy, and SKC hurt because of it. So for them to get 10 million out of the sale, I think is a great move. It's a good move for all parties, I think. I think Yakimakis, from stuff we've seen afterwards, seems to be pretty happy to move on. So I think it's good for all parties, but I definitely did not see it coming. I will be honest. And maybe that's me being naive, but I did not see them selling him. All right. So now we can finally move on to the best winter signing. And I know there may be some overlap with newcomer, but I threw it in there anyway. At least in my case, I have a different player between winter signing and newcomer, but we'll see in your case if it's the same. My pick for best winter signing for so far in this season is somebody that I don't believe is or he doesn't qualify for newcomer, but I'm gonna go with Georgi Mihailovic for Colorado because I think Georgie's been phenomenal, and I think in recent weeks especially.
He doesn't qualify for newcomer.
I don't think so because it's not his first MLS season.
Oh, you mean like the official, like, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, like the award, like
No, I
the
got
award
I see
section.
it. Yeah.
Which is why I at first I saw that they were both in there and I was like, oh, maybe I should take one out because it seems like it's overlapping. And then I was like, oh, well, mine actually differ and I can't put both of them at the same spot. So I'm gonna go with Georgie. Uh, Obviously we know what he was capable of when he was with Montreal. He was tearing it up. He was looking phenomenal. He looked like a designated player, designated player, designated needed caliber player. I'm not sure what the right way to say that is. And then he moved over to the Eredivisie, where things 100% did not go the way that I'm sure he was expecting. And now he comes back with Colorado and honestly doesn't look like he's missed a beat at all. He's been fantastic. He's been a key piece in that team being revitalized and jumping all the way up to fifth right now in the West. He has 12 goal contributions, not counting second assists. And I think that's been a great return for a guy that's been playing, I think, in every game as well. So uh, he has been great, even though he hasn't been in the league for a couple of years. All right, now is your Red Bull moment. Go tell me all about Emil Forsberg and the history of his entire life.
I did not pick Emil. I actually you ruined my transition because I was going to scream Emil Forsberg and sing a song for him after he scores goals.
Do it for newcomer.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
I think Suarez is a really easy one here, just based off of stats. But I think mine is probably Paint Seller Peck, and it can go either way for LA. Mainly because if you look at the low years of the LA Galaxy, it usually coincides with very poor quality wingers, right? Memo Rodriguez, Diego Fagundes, Kevin Cabral, and who's the other one? I can't remember his name.
Grandsir?
Yes, Samuel Grandsir. Guys who just didn't perform in there, and that usually led to poor performances, right? But then you look at other players who have been successful in those roles that usually led to LA being successful. Painchill and Peck are perfect guys that you want in an MLS team like the LA Galaxy. You take those players and you add them around a creative wizard like Puig and a guy who can finish like Joveljic, and they are perfect players who are going to create tons of chances. They're going to get on the end of goals. They make that attack dangerous. I know you spoke about it before when you talked about the overachieving team. It could be either one. You can go either way with them. They were both fantastic for me.
I won't disagree with you there. I think they've both been. Honestly, I did not think Peck was going to hit the ground like this. I thought Peck was going to have more of a Pedro de la Vega type season so far, but he has
Pedro
hit the
de la
ground.
Vega's been hurt, so I think that's kind of unfair.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
He
But
got
I
hurt like the
expected him.
second game.
What do you say?
He got hurt like the second game of the season. He just hasn't did some
I
MCL
just
thing.
expected him to have a bit of a slower start to jumping into the league, but he has not missed a beat. He's been crushing it. And I'm not gonna lie, completely overlooked Suarez. I don't know why. I just completely forgot that he only joined this season.
Isn't that
It just,
crazy?
it just felt like he would have joined at the same time as Messi. But yeah, I think stats wise, it's definitely Suarez, but um, maybe we'll talk more about him later. All right, bold prediction time, our favorite segment. Let's tack on one more. We've got three at the start of the season. We're tacking on one more now. We'll see if we remember at the end of the season that we added this one on here. But what's your second half of the season bold prediction?
You're gonna like this one. San Jose Earthquakes will set the record for the most goals conceded in a season. I think I've done this one before, but I think this one's actually
I like
possible.
it. No, I like it.
Our friends in Cincinnati hold the current record for 75 goals against in
Of course they
2019.
have. Of course they have the
They
record.
also have, I think, the second and the third. I
Oh
think
my
something
God.
along there. I'll look it up as I speak here. But right now, San Jose are through 18 games and they have conceded 45 goals, an average of 2.5 a game. I was actually supposed to do that and do the Moneyball thing where I'm like an average of, and then you with your nerd brain are like 2.5 a game. But I didn't put the note in there, so I forgot it.
Boo.
They
I
got
also
six.
wasn't paying attention. So you would have just been pointing at me and I would have just been sitting here.
Would have been looking off into the abyss. So there are 16 games to go. They are currently giving up 2.5 goals a game. If they keep up that pace, they will finish with 85 goals against. Now they have some competition in SKC who are on 40 goals against at the moment, but I think it's going to be San Jose who take it because, as mentioned before, if you're relying on William Yarbrough in the year of our Lord 2024, you're in for a bad time.
I was gonna say something and I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, it's a race to the bottom between those two. They're really giving FCC a run for their money.
Yeah.
At
The
least they're doing it together.
FCC 2019, FCC in Orlando City 2018, FCC 2021 are second with 74. 71 Minnesota 2018, San Jose 2018, DC United 2022. And then it kind of drops off after that. But yeah, FCC have the first and second worst defensive years in MLS history.
They're record holders.
Mm-hmm.
They either set records in the wrong direction or in the right direction, but there's no in between. All right, my bold prediction is that New England will make the playoffs.
I was going to try and do something like that, but I wasn't sure which team to pick, and I figured you'd go with it.
Yeah, I will go with New England. I think they will. I think they'll make the playoffs outright. I don't even think it'll be a play in. They are on 3 straight wins right now, and I genuinely think this team is just too talented. Like there's tons of talent in this team. They will figure it out. They will get it to work. And when they do, it's like they will be a serious, like one of the better teams in the East. It's just a matter of fixing whatever chaos was going on in the locker room and then setting things straight, finding something that works, and then being consistent about it. And then I think we're already maybe seeing a bit of that. And I think it'll carry on, and we'll see New England, who is abysmally bad at some point at the start of the season, find their way into the playoffs. I mean, they're on 3 straight, and it's been against good teams. They beat Vancouver. They beat Red Bull, but I know Red Bull's without a couple of their guys right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat Nashville. So those are 3 solid wins. So I think we're
I will tell you that it was wonderful to watch meme of the pod Emma Boateng finish Red Bull's chances away from home. That was just icing on the cake for a ridiculous week.
straight to the veins.
Yeah.